this isn't clickbait, guys. This is a very sad video. Over £100,000 worth of koi, a complete collection, dead.
Woke up to the sunrise, empty world around me. Memories like shadows, I wish they'd let me be. Turn back time, rewind, moments stuck in line. Turn back time, let us find love we left behind. Yesterday's a whisper, echoes in my brain. Lost amidst the laughter, can't escape the pain. Turn back time, rewind, moments stuck in line. Turn back time, let us find love we left behind. Time keeps on.
Okay, gang. So yeah, it's definitely not clickbait. It's a very sad video, if I'm honest with you. I wasn't gonna publish it. I wasn't gonna go into it, and it's definitely not a video to blame or shame anybody. But I think there's a lot to learn from what's happened here. So I'm gonna go right back to the start. So this is a customer, a couple. They're not just customers, they're personal friends of mine and have been for 15 years. I've been selling them koi, taking care of the koi, taking care of the filtration. They call me out every month to check the fish, check the filtration, service everything, keep on top of it, because these koi are like their babies, like literally. The woman used to go out every morning and they'd line up in a queue for like just to take shrimps and stuff off her, like that. She was literally loved these fish. I sold her quite a few. There was a couple of showers that I sold her that were like out of this world, guys, out of this world. And yeah, they're all flipping dead. So yeah, let's go back to the start, guys. So I went over last Sunday. These guys pay me monthly, every month, to go out. Whenever they buy new fish, they'll bring them up back, and before they even put them in the pond, they'll get me to check them before they even go anywhere near their other fish. So that's how particular they are. They've got a 15,000 gallon pond. It's been featured in loads of my videos, guys. They're running on 2 drums and anyway. So I've gone over last Sunday to fit a pipe to the drum that had split, and also to check the koi, because she had lost a couple of koi over the last few months, but one of them had dropped. See, I'll give it antibiotics and stuff, but it just didn't make it. But there is a lot of old fish in there, which makes it even worse, guys, because some of these fish she's had for like 20 years. Some of them were like 30, 40 years old even. So, and also her kids have bought a fish. Like I've taken her children to dealers to pick the best fish as a surprise for a birthday and stuff like that. Oh, honestly, this is heartbreaking, guys. So I went over last Sunday, scraped some of her fish, and I found some flukes. Now, in the past, she has had gill flukes, she has had skin flukes. I scraped like 4 or 5 fish. I couldn't find any gill flukes. But on most of the fish, I couldn't find anything at all. But on 2 of the fish, I did find a small amount of flukes. So, guys, if you scrape 10 fish, 5 fish, 10 fish, and you find 1 fluke or 2 flukes, it's nothing to worry about. That's the gospel truth. But on these couple of fish, they did have quite a build-up of slime coat. So that basically, when you've got parasites in your pond, the fish will produce more slime coat to protect themselves from the parasite. But what happens is they end up protecting the parasite from the treatment. I hope that makes sense to you. So yeah, so these couple of fish had quite a build-up of slime coat. So I checked them over and found a few flukes, probably like 4 or 5 on each koi. So it was definitely needed some treatment. Now, I could have given them a PP dip and put them back in the pond, but then she had a lot of fish, do you know what I mean? So it'd be very difficult to do that with all of the fish. And also the water temperature was like 20-21 degrees, so I don't recommend PP above that temperature, guys. So anyway, she likes to go and purchase her treatments and stuff from another place because they give her a bit of a discount. So I told her what she needed, and from my personal recommendation was, now guys, a bit about my background. I've been in this koi industry, started off as a novice, progressed up to keeping koi, then I started breeding koi, then I got a job at one of the largest koi outlets, cold water outlets, tropical, everything in the UK. I used to travel the whole world selecting, handpicking koi, and like I say, it's probably the biggest outlet of koi at that time. So I know my stuff, guys. Do you know what I mean? I ain't no flipping idiot. So I've checked a koi. There's a few flukes. So what I've recommended is to chloramine tea the pond, and then the next day use fluke P. Now this pond's 15,000 gallons. So I messaged all of her. I messaged it over for her what to get, and she went off to the shop. So she went off to the shop where she gets her stuff from, and the guy said he didn't have Fluke P, and he recommended Learnex Pro. Now guys, Learnex Pro is quite a very strong treatment, and if you get the dosage wrong, it can be fatal, and also it can cause immune issues and all sorts of stuff as well. So in my personal opinion, I think that Fluke P is praziquantel. It's by far the best treatment for your Kasuri, Fluke P. So chloramine tea the pond, Fluke P the pond. So she went there, they didn't have any Fluke P. And the guy there recommended somebody else to her to go and check a fish, which I don't understand, but it is what it is. And he said that this guy had been treating 4 times the dose of chloramine tea. So at that point she called me from that shop and asked me my advice, and I says to her, please don't put 4 times the amount of anything in your pond. We're only using the chloramine tea to get rid of the mucus on the fish, so that when we treat with a Fluke P, it'll be more effective and it'll get rid of all the flukes in the pond. So yeah, so she agreed with me. She got the chloramine tea and she went off to another store to buy the Fluke P, where they also recommended maybe get a second opinion off somebody else, which is annoying. So anyway, this person's gone out, scraped her fish, and he's told her that she's got Costia and flukes. Now guys, like I say, this has been a customer of mine for 15 years. Now she did have Costia about 5 years ago, and I've never, ever found Costia in a pond since then. Also, if you call me out to do scrapes for your fish, I'll video it. I will video what I've caught on camera as a feeder going off behind me. I will video what I've found and I'll WhatsApp it to that customer, which I did when I scraped her koi, and the only thing that was on those was flukes. So I'm going to put a little video of the scrape that I did, one of the scrapes that I did here. Okay guys, those were skin flukes. Now I'm going to show you a different video from a different customer that did have Costia. So Costia is very difficult to see. It's very small. They look like very small commas, but in this video you can see them like flipping around, like little commas flipping around. So check this video. So could you see the Costia in that video? So anyway, there was no Costia on them fish, and I'm adamant there was no Costia on them fish. Well anyway, that isn't the problem here. The issue is that this person recommended that she potassium permanganates the pond. Now this is where it goes downhill very, very quickly. So he worked out the dosage for the pond. Now I would not use potassium permanganate in water temperatures above 20 degrees, like I said, just because potassium permanganate literally removes oxygen from the water, and above 20 degrees the dissolved oxygen just evaporates from the water, so you do need as much air as you can get in there. So I would not also use potassium permanganate to treat costia. The only thing I would really use potassium permanganate for is to dip the fish for bacteria issues or massive slime coat issues or stuff like that. And it's 1 gram per litre, per 5 litres of water for 3 minutes, and then get them back in the pond. I would use a full dose of formalin and a full dose of malachite green. Turn your UVs off, and that will get rid of costia in 24 hours. Like literally any costia in your pond will be gone off all your fish, and it will remove the slime coat in 24 hours. So on the label, it will say on the malachite green that if you're using it with formalin, you need to halve the dose. But if you do that or you use the premix, you're going to have to treat 3 times, like day 1, day 3, every other day, every 3 days to get rid of the costia. So why put the fish through 3 doses when you can just do it in one go? Might be a little bit harsh, but it'll get rid of all of it, and it will remove the slime coat. So yeah, so the guy dosed the pond with potassium permanganate, and he's left the customer, I think, with the hydrogen peroxide to neutralise it. But he also says to the customer, which is the case, guys, if the water starts to go brown after an hour or so, you need to top up the treatment. But the customer either misunderstood or it was misexplained to the customer, and the customer put another full dose of potassium permanganate in the pond, and then even more after that. So it was at that point that all of those fish were already dead, guys. Like, even though if they were swimming, they was already dead. The customer was concerned. She called the guy. The guy told them to put in the hydrogen peroxide, which they did, but it was already too late. And also, if you've put 3 times the amount of potassium permanganate in, you'd need 3 times the amount of hydrogen peroxide to neutralise it. But again, guys, it was already too late. So no one informed me of this. The customer didn't call me. As far as I knew, she'd gone to the shop, bought chloramine tea and bought 3 bottles of flute pea. And I'm not going to lie, guys, I'm absolutely gutted. So I woke up on Monday morning with my cup of coffee on the toilet, as you do, to my customer and my personal friend, hysterical. She could barely speak, crying her eyes out on the phone that all the fish had died. And she kind of gave me a brief thing of what had happened, and I got back in touch with these people, and they went over to try and do the best that they could. So guys, it's literally a misunderstanding, a miscommunication. But with my point here, this is why I've made this video, guys. Medication is flipping serious stuff, man, and it isn't to be taken lightly, and it isn't to be put in a pond willy-nilly. Like, check twice, check 3 times, read the instructions. And if someone scrapes your fish, ask for a video, guys, of what's on their fish. Show me what's on my fish. Anyone could make up, that's bacteria. Like, people, I just don't get it, guys, honestly. And I went to the house yesterday because the customer's gone on holiday, guys. She's going to be away for 5 weeks. I've spoke to her husband and her, and I'm emptying the pond. I'm going to jet wash the whole pond. I'm going to clean out all the filters, service everything, and we're going to fill it up, and we're going to start from scratch. Now, like I say, guys, this is a 15,000 gallon pond, and it's got no fish in it, and it's just absolutely flipping heartbreaking, guys. So yeah, if there's anyone out there who's watching, any koi dealers, or you know, if there's anything that you could donate or get in touch with me, you know, whereas we could get some sort of a discount or something, guys. I don't want this woman and her husband to come back off holiday to an empty pond. So I'm personally going to donate a few fish. Yeah, guys, this is not the nicest video that I've ever made, and I don't know if you can tell, but I am quite upset. So I'm going to show you the pond, guys, and I'm going to leave this video right here. Yeah. So guys, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, take care of your koi, take care of your loved ones, and I'll see you in the next video. And this is the pond, guys. I'm sure you've seen it in other videos that I've made, and I'm absolutely gutted. So I did come yesterday, guys, and just started draining it and emptying it out, because I know it's been sterilised, but you know, I just wanted to I'm just going to give it a good old jet wash, clean off the lights. Also the window's got a little bit of a leak on it, so I'm just going to go over that and service all the filters and stuff. So I've basically just called in this morning just to check on the level. So once it's empty, I'm going to go in and give it all a jet wash off, and hopefully she's away for 5 weeks, I can get some more fishing for her. Yeah, guys, honestly, I am absolutely gutted. Look, gutted.
Empty square, no one there. Lost in space, blank and bare. Lonely eyes, searching skies, hoping for sweet goodbyes. Silent night, no touch bright, wandering maze, lost in flight. Feel the void, fill the air, heartbeats fade in despair. Empty square, life's not fair. Find a place, show you care. Empty square, longing stare. Fill the space if you dare. Dreams we share, always rare. Lonely hearts in despair. Empty square, no one there. Hold on tight to repair. Whispers fall on cold walls, echoes fade, empty halls. Empty square, bring me light, chase away lonely night. Empty square, life's not fair. Find a place, show you care. Empty square, longing stare. Fill the space if you dare.